Hi guys, so we're here with Zezé's parents. We would have just spoken to Zezé about his piece here. So I find it interesting now that I'm able to talk to his parents a bit about not necessarily work, but maybe their understanding of a young person who likes art and what they kind of see in terms of him building a career in that, if that is what he wants to do. So I'm going to ask his parents to maybe tell us a bit about what do you think in terms of building a career in art. I assume it's something that you're going to allow. It's not something that you will ban, something that you nurture because of your experience, but maybe understanding that other people, other parents that don't necessarily have the background, the understanding, I would say doctor, lawyer, all of this. Kind of, what could you say about that?
Firstly, I don't believe in stifling raw talent. Zizia has always been artistic. From the minute he could have held a pen or a pencil, we saw that in him. So I've always tried to nurture that, provide whatever tools, whatever exposure to get him to where he's at now. And I mean, there's still so much more to do, right? So I don't believe in telling my kids what they should do with their lives. I try to give them the opportunity to choose and then do my best to help them or push them in that direction, help them to make the right decisions. So if this is the path that he chooses, then we will just try to find the best way forth so that he could be successful.
So now with you having an experience in the realm of art, understanding the ups and the downs, what like is it still something that you would say yes, go fully into? Like you're watching him now, you know the life you kinda well I don't know much about you, but I'm assuming Trinidad art, nobody ever has the easiest story, right? So you understand the ups, you understand the downs. Is it something that you are a bit wary about, or you would just embrace him fully into it? Like you do what you have to do. Maybe now you have experienced everything, and you know you're still alive. You know you're still, you have everything that you need. But do you want that experience for him, if even if that's what he wants?
Great question. Definitely, I would want that experience for him in terms of his artwork and his creativity. Well, I mean, that's how I made my money, and it's how I survived for a very, very long time. Is it going to be easy? No. I tell him this constantly. It is not easy. Being a creative is not easy in terms of justifying yourself, not just in terms of making a living, but in carving your space within the world as a creative, having your voice heard, having your interpretations of life being represented and viewed by others and taken in a positive way. Because it's a bittersweet journey. And if that's what he wants to do, he has my full 100% support.
So you okay? So you're his parents. You've seen him from young. You gave the exact story that my mom gave. When I was like 2, he used to draw. I gave him all the tools. I've nurtured it. I love what he does, and I respect that. Um, if another parent, if another person that didn't really have that understanding came to you and be like, why are you allowing your child to go into this? Like, what's like, why not push him to be a doctor? Like, what would be your response in terms of like maybe trying to convince them to show them the light that you understand and trying to, yeah, like you see their child has a lot of potential, but they're not on that. They're like, nah. How do you then try to get that spark going?
I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing in this world more incredible than being an artist. Because for being an artist, you get to take literal thoughts, figments of your imagination, things that does not exist, and make it happen. Like sometimes people see me working on a painting and they say like, "How you know to do this? How you ain't seen it there?" But you're just looking at a blank canvas, but I am seeing it. And then to be able to translate your thoughts in that way, and then your emotions in that way, and help to move people just by them viewing a piece of your soul is a beautiful thing. And to me, go for it. I mean, it's not going to be easy. It's a very hard road. But the rewards.
It's so funny to hear Baba speak about it like that because it is exactly how Zize speaks about what he wants to do with his future in art. He wants to be able to tell his story, to share what's in his head, right? But for me as a parent, if I had to encourage another parent, I would say that if you want your child to be happy, you have to let them pursue their dreams, right? And no matter how tough it might be, if you have raw talent and you're willing to work, you can achieve anything. That's what I try to instill in Zeze. So he continues because even as we speak, he's working on another piece to show and to enter into another competition. And I mean, even through all of this time that he takes to do this, he still is doing well at school, right? So he has balance and he makes the effort both ways. So your child's happiness is always what is number one.
I kind of wanna go to. Let me go in the middle. I kind of want to go back to you talking about having to carve your space in the art room, because my parents were very supportive of me, but then you reach the point where it's like, is it really making sense? And that was kind of a battle for me, where I kind of went the route of architecture, and I realized that that satisfies a lot of the creative need in my life, but not 100% of it. So even with this channel, and why I'm incredibly grateful that I was able to interview him and y'all, is because I've been able to see how this channel has been able to carve a way in me being an artist. And I've said it all the time. I used to paint, I used to draw everything, but making this channel, doing these videos, I felt the most like an artist that I've ever been in my life. Right? And maybe that goes back to like storytelling, because I'm able to have these conversations, and I really just enjoy two things. I enjoy art and talking, so it kind of goes hand in hand, right? So it's not just about like even I think it goes beyond like we have this idea of like this is painting, is drawing, is sculpture, and even with the channel I'm trying to like dispel that. Like you could come and make videos about your work, you come and make videos about other people's work, and you could still be an artist. You have to find that lane for you, and not necessarily look at what other people are doing. Because for a long time I wanted to be Jackie Hinkson, like head on a block. If I could have been Jackie, if I could have snapped my fingers and lived that life, I would have been Jackie. But then I realized that there's already a Jackie in the world, right? There's already a Leroy in the world. There are already people that are doing it in the world, and in their time, they found their lane, because there probably were people before them that they kind of mimicked, but then they had to find their own lane. Like Leroy doing what Leroy did, and Jackie painting billboards and all these kind of things. Like they found their space. So for the next generation, y'all have to find your space. Like yes, you would see Leroy, yes, you would see whoever else maybe painting and drawing, but understand that it's not just about those things. It could be something like, it could be a YouTube channel, it could be sculpture, it could be fabrics, it could be so many things in terms of just how you're able to express yourself and carve that space for you and make that career that means a lot to you. And it really goes back to your happiness, because I could enjoy architecture and be like 95% filled and satisfied. And of course, architecture, there's definitely a hole in me that architecture fills. But art, boy, creative, boy, storytelling, there's nothing like it. It has, yeah.
Because for me, I categorize myself as a visual artist. And when I say that, it doesn't just mean paintings, because I do makeup, I sculpt, I draw, I do fabrics, I do interior designs, exterior designs. My portfolio is vast. There's no realm within that creative space that I haven't touched on.
Nice. Because I realized that is, I like that fluidity in terms of now what I have, because there are times I could make videos and I could just say, all right, this week I'm not making any videos, I'm just going to paint. And I just enjoy that. Or I'm going to go to the river and I'm just going to draw. And I realized like how flexible, like I know I could even just do architecture when I want to, and it blew my mind. As you say, with experience, like I know nothing yet. Yeah. So I thank you a lot for doing this interview. I really appreciate it, and thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next one.